Question number 2, what does the great resignation look like in cybersecurity? And I'm going to have Deidre kick us off with this.
Yeah, thanks. So without being depressing, I will tell you that it's been significant. It's been so significant that I released some data. Wall Street Journal picked some of it, so just picked it up in some other publications to show that we saw nationally, and this is US data. We are the largest cybersecurity staffing firm in the US. We do primarily perm work. There isn't a whole lot of contract in security. It's starting to come. It's mostly perm. And so what we would see is traditionally, why would somebody would be leaving? The first thing out of their mouth was either the people they were working for, one person that they're not enjoying is not helping support them moving forward. There isn't, and that's sort of buried in opportunity typically. So it sort of goes along with opportunity. And that would sort of be the first thing that's coming out of people's mouths. Well, we looked at data from 2,000 professionals from last year and into this year, and what was their reason for leaving when they came to CyberSN? And the number one answer was, "I'm completely burned out." Like, it's the first thing that came out of their mouth. We've all heard of burnout; it's been around us, but I can tell you, it's never been the first thing out of people's mouths when we ask, "What's the reason you're looking? Why are you talking to me?" And so we know that why that happened. Supporting IT, never mind, more attacks, never mind our own lives at home being completely, thrown off by COVID. Another piece that was interesting that came out from that research was that we were able to separate East and West Coast folks, so to speak. And on the West Coast, we saw an even higher level of burnout from the perspective of workload based on acquisitions and mergers. So during COVID, we all know more billionaires were made than ever. That means that more companies transacted and merged and acquired, and therefore security professionals were buried in double to triple the amount of mergers and acquisitions on top of everything else. And so, that was really a West Coast thing, though, which is super interesting because prior to COVID, remote didn't exist, really. I mean, that was not here. So we were able to look at East and West in that way. And so I would say that, it's been dire. People retired early, people exhausted. And so what we see is the companies that have high EQ, emotional intelligence, that really care about how people think, feel, and perceive and are in that conversation, they're retaining talent. They're not losing talent whatsoever. Those that aren't in that conversation didn't really think about those things and come to their teammates with solutions of how to navigate this world we just got thrown into. Those people left. And it was, 6 times greater than we normally saw at the end of last year.
Thank you very much for that. I always talk about servant leadership, and I feel that that's exactly what you're driving towards as well.